Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the St. Ignatius College Prep Virtual College Fair hosted by StriveScan. We're excited for you to join us. We've got a great lineup of wonderful institution presenters today. First, a few housekeeping items before we get started. This is a webinar and you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. When you are typing questions, we encourage you to do so throughout all of the presentations, as well as indicate the school that you are asking the question to if it is not a general question to all of our presenters. Your camera and microphone are off, so panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessionings happening, so be sure to go and sign up for more. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Ignatius. Now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. First up, we have Trinity University. Take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you all so much for being here. I don't know about y'all, but we are definitely in a lot of Zoom meetings lately. So I really appreciate your time and willingness to join us this evening. So hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Yacino, and I'm an admissions counselor at Trinity University in San Antonio, Texas, and also a very proud alum, 2 times around and now back as a staff member. So they really just can't get rid of me. And today I'm going to be quickly sharing with you all 5 different things that I think really collectively make Trinity quite distinct, especially from other maybe liberal arts colleges that you might be looking at. So the first thing that really is kind of crucial to who we are in the Trinity experience is our size. We are very much a tight-knit community. If it's been important to you in high school to have your teachers know you and feel seen and feel like your voice is heard in class, I know that was definitely the case for me, then this is definitely kind of the feel that we have at Trinity. We have about 2,500 undergraduate students, and while we do have some grad programs, we are very much an undergrad-focused university. All of our resources and attention are really kind of funneled towards our undergrads, which is really awesome, especially if you're interested in research opportunities. Those are things that are really readily available for undergrad students. It's very common for students to be published and invited to present in conferences, even internationally. We have a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio, meaning that in any one of your classes, you may have between 15 to 18 peers alongside you. And as you kind of get higher up in your major, that's gonna, hone down even more to where I remember my senior year, I was one of 3 students in a class, and we just sat around a table, and you really get to connect with your professors in this way. We have 0 teaching assistants. So when you sign up for a class with a professor, it's always that professor who is there teaching you. They are excellent at what they do and just really, really impressive people, both in their field, the research that they're doing, but also their love for teaching. They're at Trinity because they love to teach. They've been nationally ranked by the Wall Street Journal as being, I think we're in number 8, as being some of the best faculty in the nation. And the ways that they measured that was through the quality of their teaching, so their pedagogy, their teaching style, and also the quality and quantity of the research. So if that's something that sounds appealing to you, then Trinity could be a good fit for you. The second thing that is definitely something that really makes us stand out is our academic offering. So we are definitely liberal arts at our core, meaning that regardless of what you choose to study, whether that's 1 major or 2 majors, you'll be studying from a vast array of disciplines just across various departments in campus. That said, we have 5 really strong pre-professional programs on our campus, including an accredited school of business, an ABET accredited school of engineering, comp sci, and education. And it's just really rare to have this combination of liberal arts, exploratory, critical thinking kind of approach to education while having these powerhouse programs on our same campus. A lot of our students end up with double majors. It's a very common thing at Trinity because you don't have to officially declare your major until 2nd semester sophomore year. So you are really encouraged to just dip your toes in lots of different areas and explore and find the best fit for you. And so in that time, a lot of students will end up discovering more than one thing that they are passionate about pursuing. And Trinity is really great at helping you find ways to connect those kinds of things, whether it's through internships or research. Next up, the next thing that still surprises me, I think, about our small school is our resources. We are just super, super fortunate to have a really strong endowment. And I think our students really end up feeling the weight of this because it's all, like I said, funneled back towards them, whether that's through merit scholarships or stipends for research or bringing really, really cool people to campus for students to engage with, or renovating our campus and the facilities and equipment that our students have access to. We're just constantly trying to redirect that towards our students. Next up is our location. I love combinations of having a small school where you are going to have a familial feel with the combination of having a big city right in your backyard, because I feel like you get the best of both worlds. That's definitely the case at Trinity, where you'll always be known on campus, but if Trinity ever starts to feel too small for you, you have San Antonio, the 7th largest city in the nation, to explore, whether that is professionally, if you're looking for internships or jobs, or if it's just, if you're interested in fun, in the culture, in exploring museums or professional sports teams, or the Majestic Theater where traveling Broadway shows come and perform, or just getting a lot of really good food. San Antonio has all of those things to offer, and it's just a really wonderful place to live. And then the last thing that I think really makes us stand out from other schools that might look like us in other senses is our diversity. This is something that we are really intentional about, both in the application process, but also throughout students' time at Trinity. And when I say diversity, I mean that broadly defined. So looking at race and ethnicity, looking at socioeconomic status, at geography, at where students are coming from, whether that's within the US or outside of it, or just diversity of thought. This is all really, really important. We have a 3-year living requirement because we think this creates a really tight-knit community, and we know that so much learning is going to happen outside of the classroom, just from spending time with your peers and in having peers with lots of different backgrounds and lenses and ways of viewing the world. We know that that's also going to be a huge part of your experience at Trinity. I'll close with this slide, just a little bit of information about how to apply. So we're on 3 different platforms, and it is free to apply. You are automatically eligible for scholarship, both merit and need-based aid. But I think my time is running short, so I'll stop there and definitely happy to chat if you have any questions.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Loyola University, Chicago.
All right, here I am. My name is Emily, and I represent Loyola University, Chicago. I've been with Loyola for just a couple years, but I've been working in recruitment for over 15 years at a lot of different schools. Very happy to be representing Loyola, Chicago. We are the Jesuit university that is in Chicago, the only one located in the city of Chicago. We're the largest in terms of student population of the Jesuit schools, making us a solid mid-sized university. So the size is really nice. We've got the large enough to offer a lot of different majors. It has the large university feel, but we have very small class sizes that average 26 students and a very close-knit community. So a very individualized educational experience for students as well. We are a very diverse campus with students that are coming from all 50 states and lots of international students as well. We are a Catholic institution, so we do have a significant portion of our students who come from Catholic faith backgrounds, but we also have this really awesome place on our campus, the Hall of Religions, that is set up for students from all religious backgrounds. It has a kosher kitchen, it has a Punjab prayer center, and multi-denomination, a space for students from many different religious backgrounds to gather and worship together. So because of our Jesuit roots, we are a very welcoming campus. All students are welcome on our campus. Our Catholic students will find lots of infrastructure to support them as well. Of course, we have a beautiful chapel on the campus that has a daily mass. Our students live on campus. We have a 2-year residency requirement. So students will live with us for their first 2 years. And then the last 2 years, it is up to you as a student. It's your personal preference, but 80% of the students that live off campus live within walking distance to our campus. So our community, it's a very vibrant campus, does not get quiet after classes let out or on the weekends. The community stays very vibrant basically at all times. We love study abroad. We have 2 of our own centers. We have one in Rome, Italy, and one in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. Those are little Loyola campuses that we have in those countries. The programs are taught in English, but we have programs in many, many other countries, over 150 different programs that we're affiliated with. So if you want to study abroad, you can definitely make that happen at Loyola Chicago. One of the really unique things about our campus is that we have 2 campuses in Chicago. And here, I think these pictures give you a great sense for the 2 campuses campuses and how vastly different they are. The top two pictures is of our Lakeshore campus, which gets its name from our location on the shores of Lake Michigan. It has a very traditional feel to it. It feels like a traditional liberal arts campus, lots of green areas, old, beautiful buildings. We have dorms that overlook the lake, so you could have, lake view from your freshman dorm. The other campus we have is an urban campus set in downtown Chicago, 6 high-rise buildings spread across 3 city blocks. So that has a very different feel from our Lakeshore campus, our Water Tower campus. Very easy to get between the 2 campuses. We have a shuttle that runs back and forth. One of the really cool things about the shuttle is it's actually powered by our cafeteria grease. We collect that, we make biodiesel fuel, and that powers the shuttle that goes between our 2 campuses. So you can feel good about eating French fries here at Loyola Chicago. So our students really report they just love that, opportunity to study at both campuses. You can even live at the Water Tower campus. We do have dorms there as well. But the Lakeshore campus really is the center of our student life. It's where our Division I sporting events take place, and it's really where most of our club activities take place as well. Chicago is a great city to be in as a student. All students get a U-Pass that gets you on all of the public transportation in the city that comes with being a student at Loyola Chicago. And it really is a great city to be a part of. It's about the same size as New York, but with a lot fewer people. So what I love about that is it just has a lot of green spaces. And so it has everything a big city offers, but also beautiful parks and beautiful green spaces, as you can see in this image here. These are the schools that we have at Loyola Chicago. We have over 80 different majors and 80 different minors. Students can major across disciplines, so it's very common for students to double major, even across schools. The only exception, the only direct entry program we have is our nursing program. We do have a direct entry nursing program, which means if you're admitted to that program, 4 years later, you would be a nurse, but that's the program you can't transfer into. Outside of that, our students have a lot of flexibility. They can even come in as an undecided, undeclared student. You have until the end of your 2nd year to solidly declare your major here at Loyola Chicago. This is our application process. I won't spend too much time on this. The important dates for you: August 1st, the application will open, and you want to get your documents in by early December. December 1st is our priority deadline. We don't have an early action, early decision. That's important because you will get financial aid. You're very likely to get financial aid if you get everything in by that priority deadline. The vast majority of our students do receive aid. Much of that is in the form of merit aid that you would receive right up front when you got your decision letter. If you're admitted, you'd find out how much you receive in merit aid. I'll be putting a few links into the chat for you, including my contact information, which is here, and how you can reach out to a student if you'd like to talk to a current student. So I'll be putting that in your chat. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Next up, Loyola University, Maryland.
Hi, everybody. All right. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. My name is Kelly Lucier. I'm the Associate Director of Admission here at Loyola University, Maryland. We are located in Baltimore, and I'm happy to share a little bit of background with you about who we are and what's available to you with us. So one of the things I always share as one of the counselors, or the counselor who works with our applicants from the Midwest, is that our location in Baltimore makes it really easy to get from Baltimore Washington International Airport, BWI, back home. There are direct flights throughout the day, every single day, super easy. We're a hop, skip, and a jump, and probably quicker to get to than some of the schools that you might have to drive to in the Midwest. So that's something I always like to share, because I know you might want to be looking to not be too close to home, but also not too far, and we're really not that far at all. We are 4,000 undergraduate students. Our students come to us from all over the country and the world. We are going to be a very, very residential college. Most of our students, over 80%, live on our campus for all 4 years. So practically everyone lives on campus as a first year, and then we intend to house, and we do end up housing most of our students for all 4 years. We offer small class sizes, that personal academic experience, and some of the benefits of a larger school like a Division I athletics program. Fantastic study abroad options around the world. We have our own programs in Newcastle, England, Bangkok, Thailand, and Leuven, Belgium. And then we also, like some of the other counselors said, we partner with other universities and we have other options available, dozens of different options available to our students. A few kind of significant majors that you'll hear us talk about, some unique opportunities for our students. We have a forensic studies major, the first and only in Maryland, which gives you great access to the Maryland DC corridor where you'll find the FBI. So if you're a future crime scene investigator, that is a great way to get your feet wet with an internship in the FBI. We also have a speech pathology program and education programs that are popular. We see many students come to us for our business program, which is consistently rated one of the top in the country. And we're really fortunate to have students explore many different areas. So we are very interested in seeing students explore interdisciplinary options, and we do admission to the university. So when you apply, you're welcome to let us know what you're thinking about studying, but we won't hold you to it, and we'll give you until midway through sophomore year to make a decision. We are available on the Common Application. You are going to automatically, when you apply, be considered for not only admission, but also merit-based scholarships. This year, those awards range from $20,000 to $30,000 per year, and they are 4-year awards. Typically, we see about 92% of students are receiving financial aid. We encourage every family to apply. And you'll see here the profile for the most recent class to get a sense of what kind of the averages are. We are test optional. We've been test optional for over 10 years. We will stay test optional after this year, and we invite you to apply with or without your test scores. Either way, you'll be considered for both admission and scholarship. We'd love to have you come visit us. We are obviously on our campus. We've been open for tours. We will be open all summer long, so come see us. If you're coming to the Eastern Seaboard, we are just a couple hours from all the folks that you're about to hear from. All my East Coast friends are about 3 hours north of us in the New York metro area. We are just about an hour from Washington, D.C., so it is easy to pair us with some other schools if you'd like to come take a tour. We also know that you may not be able to hop on a plane or take a drive to come see us right away. So we'd love to get to know you through our online programming, our panels, our student opportunities to get to know our students, including things like guided virtual tours, where you can meet our current students, chat with them, hear their stories about campus, and really get to really get a good sense of campus, which I think you can do in person, but also is more possible online than it's ever been before. And finally, here is my contact information. You are more than welcome to reach out to me at any point with any questions that you have. I'd love to chat with you. We have a really great staff at our office. Many of us are alumni like myself. I graduated in the class of 2015. We are really, really passionate about all of the opportunities available at Loyola, Maryland to our students. And we want to make sure that we can provide you all the resources and guidance that you need to apply. So please feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you. And I look forward to reviewing your applications in the future. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Next up, we have Seton Hall University.
Great, thank you so much. Alrighty. All right, so good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me today. I'm going to give you some information about Seton Hall now. My name is Kim Thompson. I'm the Senior Assistant Director of Admissions. So Seton Hall is a private Catholic co-ed institution. We're located in South Orange, New Jersey. We are considered to be a medium-sized school, which we believe gives the best of both worlds. We have tons of majors and lots of research opportunities that you would typically see at the larger institutions, but then we offer the small nurturing classroom environments that you would typically see at the smaller schools. So I already mentioned we're in South Orange, New Jersey, which is a super convenient location. We're just 20 minutes from the Newark airport. We're 30 minutes from Manhattan. We're just an hour from Philly, the mountains, the beaches. So our location really allows you to experience it all. We have about 10,000 total students at Seton Hall. 6,200 are undergraduates, 4,000 are graduate students, 55% of our students are female, 45% are male. We do have all 50 states represented here, as well as 70 countries and a 45% diversity rate. So I talked a little bit about the small classroom environment. We are very big on that. Our average class size is just 21 students. However, each year that you're in your program of study, you'll find that those class sizes will gradually get smaller and smaller. Freshman English is one of your larger classes that you'll experience because every student takes it regardless of major, but still it's only about 15 total students. We have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, close faculty mentorship, as well as minimal graduate assistance. We also, as part of our students' tuition, they get free internship and career services, counseling and psychological services, disability and support services, tutoring through Academic Resource Center and tutors in residence, as well as health and wellness. So these are all of the programs that we offer, or all the colleges, I should say, that we offer at Seton Hall. There's 7 colleges, and there's about 90 plus programs that we offer through these different colleges. We also have several unique programs through dual degrees, which is really nice because you'll get that guaranteed seat at the professional phase, which saves you a lot of time and in a lot of cases, a lot of money as well. We have over 17,000 available internship opportunities for our students. We have an employment rate at about 92%. Our Career Center is extremely good. Not only can they assist with finding internships while you're enrolled, they can help you find employment when you graduate, whether a resume, draft cover letter, interview skills, you name it, they're very hands-on. Our Center for Academic Success is our freshman advising program. They're so beneficial to our students. It's really helpful for students transitioning into the college life. Our students are paired with a peer advisor who is a current student on campus, typically an upperclassman in the same major or a similar major, as well as a mentor who is faculty or staff on campus. And like I said, it really just helps for students to have that smooth transition into college life. We have over 150 clubs and student organizations on campus, pretty much anything you could possibly think of, and that number is constantly growing. It's super easy to create a club if we don't have something that you're looking for. 26 REEC organizations on campus, nearly a dozen student-led theater performances, both on campus and in the South Orange Performing Arts Center. We also bring dances, carnivals, karaoke, guest speakers, you name it. We do try to have lots of stuff going on for our students at all times. We also have lots of pirate pride. We have 14 Division I athletic teams. We're in the Big East Conference. Most people know us most for basketball, but our other programs are also really great. We have over 25 club and intramural sports as well. They're very popular amongst our students. About 50% of our students will typically participate in one or the other. And it's really brought the campus together. We do not require that freshmen stay on campus. However, about 80% of our freshmen do choose to stay in university housing. It's also about 50% of our total undergraduate population that will stay on the campus. Most students that move off are still very close to campus and housing just outside the gate. So they're still very well connected and still very much a part of the institution. So our cost of tuition, fees, room and board, everything included is sticker price at right around $61,000 per year, but we can be extremely affordable. Only about 2% of Seton Hall students do pay the full tuition rate. Most of our students do receive some form of financial aid, and a lot of that aid comes directly from us. We do try as much as we can to close that gap as much as possible so that we can be as affordable as possible. We have 2 early action deadlines, both of which are non-binding, November 15th and December 15th. Outside of that, we do have 2 regular decision deadlines of February 1st and March 1st. We are a part of the Common App. We also have our own Seton Hall application. We don't have a preference as to which one you fill out. Whichever one is easiest for you is okay with us. We also require an essay, official high school transcript, a counselor report, at least 1 teacher recommendation, and SATs or ACTs is completely up to you. We are at least all of 2026 as an accommodation due to COVID. There's 2 exceptions to that rule, however, is Joint MD and also the College of Education. We do require test scores for direct entry into those programs. And finally, we do hope that you can come visit us. We are also offering both in-person and virtual tours of campus. We've been doing so since last summer, and we are going to continue. So we do strongly encourage you to visit us if you have the opportunity to. We would absolutely love to have you. And here's some contact information for myself. I will also leave it in the chat. Thank you so much for having me this evening, and I look forward to seeing you all physically on campus very soon.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us this evening. My name is Megan Troy, and I'm an undergraduate admissions counselor for Fairleigh Dickinson University. We are a medium-sized private institution in New Jersey, where we do have two campuses. Our Metropolitan campus, which is in Teaneck, New Jersey, about 6 miles from New York City, and our Fordham campus in Madison, New Jersey, about 21 miles from New York City. Within our two campuses, we do offer over 100 options in majors and concentrations. Students can choose to just major in one thing or major in two, or even major and minor in a couple of things. We are considered a medium-sized institution, but very much have our classrooms like a small institution. Our student to faculty ratio is about 12:1, and our average class sizes are about 20 to 25 students in the beginning, and they get significantly smaller as you get further along into your academic programs. We currently have over 146 active student organizations across both of our New Jersey campuses. Those can include Greek life, academic organizations, pre-professional clubs, interest clubs, sports clubs, and intramural sports. Just like a lot of our other institutions you've heard from today, if a club doesn't exist, you're more than welcome to petition to start a new one. Our Combined Degree Advantage program is an opportunity for students to earn not just their bachelor's degree, but also their master's degree as well at Fairleigh. Students do not have to choose right at the beginning. They can wait till the end of their junior year to decide if they would like to be a part of that program as well. Majority of the students that come to FDU will come on either merit-based scholarship or financial aid. So we do pride ourselves in some of what we're able to offer our students. And this year we have reduced our academic tuition starting for fall 2021. So that's been very helpful for our incoming class. Just a little bit about the two campuses. Our Metropolitan campus does house our Division I athletics, and our Fordham campus houses our Division III athletics. Both of our campuses does offer a residence hall, so you can live on campus if you would like. It is not mandatory as incoming freshmen, and a lot of our students do, if they live on campus freshman year, stay for all 4 years. When it comes to the student organizations that are available on campus, they may differ from campus to campus, but we do have a few that cross over on both campuses. A little bit more specific about our Metropolitan campus, it does sit in two cities, the city of Teaneck and the city of Hackensack, and we have the Hackensack River that runs in between both sides of campus. Some programs are only going to be available at the Metropolitan campus, and those include our engineering technologies, criminal justice, marine biology programs. Our Fordham campus has a little bit of history to it. The property itself used to belong to the Vanderbilt Trombley family, and once they sold it to us, we turned it into a college campus. This campus also has a few specialty programs that are only available here. Our School of the Arts, so students that are interested in theater, creative writing, film, animation, graphic design, you would specifically be applying to the Fordham campus for those programs. That also includes our communications program, our criminology, those programs are all only going to be available at our Madison campus. But for all other academic programs, they are across both campuses within our 9 colleges and schools. Just like every other campus, they are broken down into different colleges and schools to only benefit you. So your academic advising, liaisons to help you find internships and job placement, those are going to all be within your departments. Something that is important at FDU, not just networking, but those internship opportunities. So within your school and college, you can find a liaison that's there to help you with that, but our career development office is also there to assist you. And they'll start that assistance the moment you become an FDU student and continue well into your alumni years if you ever need the help again. Study abroad is also something that's very important here at FDU. We take pride in the fact that we also have 2 international campuses, one in Vancouver, Canada, and another in Roxton, England. Those 2 campuses, whatever you're paying in New Jersey for your tuition and housing, that's the exact same cost that you'll have if you attend the campus in England or Vancouver for a semester. So you're able to take your scholarships and financial aid with you to both of those campuses. I mentioned we're not too far from New York City, and that's always a big deal for us. We do a lot of activities in New York. I'm really hoping that Broadway opens back up soon because that's probably one of my favorite things that we do. We have Broadway shows. We go to Broadway shows about 2 to 3 times a semester, and those tickets only cost about $25 for our students. Just like a lot of the other institutions you've heard from today, we are a part of the Common Application, but we also house our own application on our website. We are a rolling admissions institution, so you can technically apply at any point, but we do have an early decision deadline of December 1st and a November 1st, and a priority deadline of December 1st. We traditionally waive our application fee for students that apply by December 1st and have additional grants and maximum scholarship consideration for those students that apply by then. Please come and visit our campus. We are doing tours on campus, but if you cannot visit just yet, we are still hosting virtual tours as well. You can definitely go and check that out on our webpage, and also available to download our digital brochure. Any students that have any additional questions, of course, you can feel free to reach out to me. My name is Megan Troy, again, an undergraduate admissions counselor for Fairleigh Dickinson University, and I'll leave my contact information in the chat. So thank you so much again for joining us today.
Thank you. Next up, we have Fordham University.
All right, hello everyone. I'm looking forward to sharing some more information about Fordham. You might hear my dog in the background, so if you love dogs, I'm a fan as well. His name is Edgar, just so you know. He is a 10-month-old new schnauzer. But we'll talk mostly about Fordham for my limited time that we have. Again, my name is Sydney Gabrielle Ezedine. I am an assistant director of admission at Fordham University. I visit Ignatius every year, so I'm sad that I can't be there in person this year, but hopefully this will still be just as helpful as seeing me in person and on your campus. Starting off by just talking about who we are at Fordham and mainly who our students are. So in total, we have just under 17,000 students. That includes our undergraduate, graduate, and professional students. We have just under 9,000 undergraduate students, and it's spread across 2 different campuses. I'll talk a little bit about our 2 campuses in just a moment. Among our undergraduates, 47 states are represented. If you know anyone from the Dakotas, send them to Fordham. We can never seem to get some students from there. We have 82 different countries represented. 34% of our students are students of color, but 9% are international students, and about 17% of students are first-generation college students. When we describe Fordham, we think it's easiest to break it down into 3 parts, that we are the Jesuit University of New York. And you've heard quite a bit from some other Jesuit schools, some other wonderful universities. So hopefully you can share a little bit about things that make Fordham unique, as well as just some things that are important to know as you go into this application process. So we'll go through that Jesuit University and New York backwards, starting with New York City, because I think that is one of the things that is really special about Fordham. I'm originally from California, so somehow I was drawn across the country to New York City, and I've stuck around for many years since then. For our Fordham students, New York is part of your academic experience, your social experience, your professional experience. You'll have classes that will go out into the city, go to the Metropolitan Museum or the Museum of Natural History, environmental science classes that will go collect samples in Central Park. We have classes that will engage with the city by working with local businesses for our business program. So all sorts of ways that New York City can be part of your experience and helping you really develop as a person while you're at Fordham. When we think of New York City, it really is that extension of the campus. And part of the way that happens is by having multiple campuses in different parts of New York City. So we do have 2 campuses. We have our original campus, which is our Rose Hill campus in the Bronx, and our Lincoln Center campus in Manhattan. When you apply to Fordham, you do choose a specific campus as well as a specific college. I'll talk about our colleges in a moment. But the main differences between our 2 campuses are the location, the size, the atmosphere. Rose Hill has about 6,000 undergraduates and is that more traditional college campus with 80 acres of rolling green lawns. It's what I have in the background of my Zoom right now. And our Lincoln Center campus is a smaller campus, about 2,500 students, but right in the heart of the city, walking distance to Central Park and to Broadway shows, across the street from Lincoln Center for Performing Arts, where the ballet and the opera perform. At each of these campuses, you'll find some different college options. So each campus has its own College of Arts and Sciences or a liberal arts college. That's Fordham College at Rose Hill and Fordham College at Lincoln Center. Most majors are offered at both campuses. So if you're interested in English or history or psychology, those are at both campuses. A couple majors are only at one or the other. You can find exactly which ones on our website. And then our Gabelli School of Business offers different programs at each campus. So a global business program at our Lincoln Center campus in Manhattan, whereas the rest of our business programs, things like accounting, finance, business administration, are offered at our Rose Hill campus in the Bronx. And again, when you apply, you are choosing one of these colleges and one specific campus to spend the majority of your experience at. While you're at Fordham, we do want you, of course, to challenge yourself. That's part of being a Jesuit university institution. I know that Ignatius, you are quite familiar with Jesuit education. We offer over 70 different majors and minors between our 2 different campuses. Students are welcome to have double majors, to have minors. About 20% of our students come in undecided each year. You have the first year and a half or so to explore until you need to declare your major during your sophomore year. We offer opportunities for undergraduate research, over 80% of our students complete at least one internship. Many of our students are doing those internships during the school year. Because you're in New York City, you can go to your internship in the morning and come to class in the afternoon if you would like, or plan your classes around your internship to get that experience. Another experience that's important to our students are study abroad programs. Nearly half of our students will study abroad. We do have 3 Fordham-specific programs in London, England, Pretoria, South Africa, and Grenada, Spain. So it's 110 other programs around the world that are all Fordham approved. That you can do any of those programs to study abroad as well. When you are on campus, we hope that you will get involved not just around New York City, but also right on our campuses. We have over 200 clubs and organizations between our campuses. That includes our newspapers, our performance groups, our cultural clubs, all sorts of different things that you can find in our clubs and organizations. And those clubs and organizations also offer events on campus and programs both on campus and around New York City. We have events for both students who live on campus. It's not required, but about 75% of our students do live on campus for all 4 years, as well as events for students who might live off campus. So you have some options. We have 22 Division I varsity sports. Those are all based at our Rose Hill campus in Bronx. And then, of course, wrapping up with Jesuit. We are the Jesuit University of New York. So, of course, with Care Personalis, care for the whole person, not just push you to do more, that challenge that I was just talking about, and Hominis Pralis, which is that care for others, or being people for others, which is part of our really mission and part of what we'll encourage our students to do while they're at Fordham. When you're at Fordham, we'll really encourage you and support you even after you graduate. Our career services office is part of that process. About 93% of our graduating seniors are in a full-time job, graduate school, some other pursuit within 6 months of graduating. To learn more admissions information, you can check out our website. I'll also put some links to our admissions page as well as my contact information in the chat. So please follow up with me if you have any questions regarding admissions or just Fordham in general, and look forward to chatting with all of you in the future.
Amazing. Thank you so much to all of our lovely presenters today. And I'm just going to ask that they join me back on screen with their cameras on. We have a bit of a round robin Q&A session available. We have some time left over. So starting back up with Trinity University, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Yeah, so I think my advice would be to just engage with us. I think when I was a student applying to colleges, I was afraid of not knowing the right questions to ask and not wanting to bother people. But we are so delighted when you reach out to us with an email or a call or ask to be connected with a current student or faculty member. I love getting to matchmake and just help you all see kind of what school is going to be the best fit for you. So to not be afraid to just engage with us.
Loyola University, Chicago.
Yeah, I'm going to go practical today and just tell you to check your email. It's very important. I know that many of you don't use email too much, but that's going to be something that you need to kind of figure out. That's where we send you information. We send you important things there. And it's just really important that you're not missing things by not checking your email. So figure out how to flag those important emails from the schools that you are interested in and that you're taking the steps that those emails ask you to take. Thanks.
Loyola University, Maryland.
I love that piece of advice so much. Mine is take advantage of where you are right now. You do not need to get on a plane or take a long car ride to go experience a ton of different types of colleges. Go check out, maybe this summer, walk around, even if it's not a guided tour, go walk around Loyola Chicago and DePaul's campuses, go see the University of Illinois, see what kind of speaks to you and what campuses you feel most comfortable on, and then go look for schools like those colleges. And they're going to be all over the country, and you'll open up all kinds of doors to yourself, but at least you'll have a starting point that is something other than the 3,000 or 4,000 total colleges in the whole United States, never mind the rest of the world.
Seton Hall University.
I would definitely say, there's thousands of colleges out there, and just narrowing down your search is the toughest part. So I would say the first thing you should do is identify what matters most to you. Can you see yourself at a big school, a small school, a medium-sized school? Do you want to be close to a city? Do you want to be in the suburbs? Is the program that you're interested in very specific? Do only a handful of schools offer that program? I think that's probably the first step, is identify what really matters most to you. And that way it'll start to narrow down your search. And then from there, start to visit those schools, whether in person or virtually, ask questions. You can never ask enough questions. And admissions counselors are your best resource, so use them.
Fairleigh Dickinson University.
I think something that is more particular to what's happening now is a lot of us are getting really creative with the events that we host and virtual ones at that. I think some of the ones that I've seen from some of my colleagues and even the ones that we've hosted at FDU are very different from things that we've held in the past. So try them out because they might be the thing that tells you that this is the right school for you. And you have the opportunity to do some of these virtually, and I think that's helpful.
Fordham University.
Yeah, I would absolutely echo all that's been shared. I will also add, talk to students at that institution that you're interested in. There are so many options, and maybe as you're narrowing down your list, see how you can chat with students and really use their stories and their experiences to help you actually find the school that's the right fit, whether it's through those virtual events that were just mentioned. A lot of times we have students participating in those on our websites. We often have ways to chat with students, read the student newspaper for the school to hear what students are talking about, what they care about. So you can get that student perspective. We're very helpful resources, but our students can give you their kind of firsthand, in the moment experience about what it means to be at our institution.
So back to Trinity University, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And we'll go to the rest of you after.
Yeah, oh my goodness, so many. I think my favorite one is called Christmas on Oakmont, and that is the name of a street that runs right up against to Trinity, and every Christmas, like holiday season, the president and different like academic department heads have their houses right on that street, and they open their homes to not only Trinity community, but the San Antonio community, and give us really great food. And it's just this really warm and welcoming time that just reminds you that there's no one that's like too important to share in that time together. So that's my all-time favorite.
Loyola University, Chicago.
Sorry, I was a little bit behind on that one, but definitely my favorite tradition on our campus is our what we call our finals breakfast, but it's actually served at midnight, and it's served by our faculty. So I just love that. It's definitely the Jesuit tradition of our faculty, you know, the staff faculty serving our students, and it's a super fun time and just a break from the really stressful week.
Loyola University, Maryland.
This time of year, I always think about what is like the ultimate Loyola weekend, which for us is a lacrosse game against Johns Hopkins, who are our kind of crosstown rivals. They're right down the street. We're less than a mile apart from their campus. So our students will walk between the two campuses to go see our lacrosse teams take each other on. And that almost always falls right around the same time as our spring music festival that takes place right on our quad. That's totally student run, and it's just such a fun way to hang out with your friends and enjoy the beautiful April weather when we have that turn to spring in Maryland. And it always is also right before finals week. So that is just the most kind of quintessential Loyola Maryland experience for me.
Seton Hall University.
So similar to Trinity, I'm going to talk about Christmas. So hands down, my favorite tradition would be our Christmas ceremonies. Seton Hall has actually been ranked #1 in the country for Christmas spirit. We have a huge tree lighting ceremony on our campus. There's a gigantic tree with thousands of lights that we light up. There's a lot of hype leading up to the light up. We have performances, dancers on campus, singers, we have a prayer, we give blue Santa hats to all of our students and staff, we have hot chocolate on the campus green. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a really nice way to bring the community together.
Fairleigh Dickinson University.
So I'm not going to highlight one specific event. I was reminded this week, since we haven't really been on campus, about the things that I actually have been missing since we weren't there this year. But all of our celebration weeks that we host, we have a really diverse campus. So some of my favorite events have been like International Students Week, where our students from different countries will share their home foods and traditions and dances and things like that. And Heritage Months, where we celebrate the different heritages that are on our campuses. I like food, so most of those events typically have an event that has food. So they're probably some of my favorite events that happen on campus.
Fordham University.
Yeah, so lots of different fun traditions throughout the year, but I think the one that stands out to me most is our Ars Nova, which is our on-campus research symposium, which sounds a little bit stuffy when you hear research symposium, but is actually just a really fun event. I generally spend most of my time at our Lincoln Center campus in Manhattan, and there were student presentations and performances happening all over campus. during Ars Nova. And so you can stop in one room and watch a student present and go to another room and see one of our dancers perform, and then go into the theater and see all of our theater students who have put together set designs or are preparing for their showcase. So I really love seeing all the work that our students have put in and giving them the opportunity to then share that with the wider community.
Well, our time together has ended. I want to say a big thank you to our wonderful presenters. It's a busy week with May 1 decision deadline coming up, so best of luck to you all and hang in there. Thank you for joining and tuning in. When you close this window, there will be a quick link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted. Be sure to sign up for more. Remember that you can ask your St. Ignatius counselors questions about the college search in the College Corner if you go to the strivescan.com link. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Ignatius. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you.